to the 5 lights for 5 lights on. As the lights are out now, Mika gets not as good of a start as Black Box. Black Box is in P2, already ahead of Mika. Ferenc into the lead, and the Red Bull of Koen is alongside Mika and ahead of Mika. Mika having an absolutely terrible start, and it's Ferenc from Black Box, from Koen, from Mika, and still Janssen battling with Mika as well, but Janssen overtaken by the Aston Martin of Joey, and now going onto the gravel. The Ferrari having an absolutely terrible start and going down to P10 as Hoons and Borrell are still battling. And now Hoons overtaken by Davy. Davy already up into P12 going through Piratella. Looking at the front of the grid as there's yellow flags. I think that's Kaya as Mika spun around. Mika is out. He's onto the wrong... Oh, guys, there's a lot of collisions here as Steph and Joey are making contact with each other. I was looking for the choice of words, and while I was doing that, all the cars were colliding with each other. Still yellow flags, but no safety car as of yet. But looking at Koen, he is trying to apply the pressure as Ball is out. Ball is out at the Tamburello chicane, and there's a full safety car because of the crash from Ball. He isn't going on the power as of now. But he is going on the power now. He is activating. He's ERS, and Ferenc has gone. And looking behind, Sven isn't able to make the move on Milan. Milan trying to gain on Ferenc is not able to make the move, but Damiano trying to make the move on Lars isn't going to make it. He is still behind Lars, and looking behind, everyone has kept their position from the restart by the looks of it. So it's a pretty clean restart, luckily, as Sven is now overtaken by Hoons, Lars, Damiano, because I think he made a mistake. So Sven now down to P6 once again, and Hoons into the podium positions on his old medium tires. Black Box on the rear of Lars, trying to make a move. Our championship protagonists in P6, closely followed by Koen in P7. Black Box might want to get a move on here for P7 in the race, P6 in the race. Koen is making a move on Black Box. There's a little bit of contact. Black Box and Koen side by side going to Piratella. How will this work out? He's on the inside. There is more contact. Black Box off the track. He keeps his position, and now Yagizan on the outside of Koen. Koen on the inside for the Aqua Minerale, and Yagizan forced off the track. Keeps his P8 from his teammate Kaya, but Koen trying to make some moves and almost being relegated down a few positions. They kept it reasonably clean, but it's just a hard track to overtake at. And now Ferenc into the pit lane on his soft tires will lose out big time here, because looking at Milan, he's in last position on the grid. Joey now speeding in the pit lane. He has retired from the session as Black Box is into P3 as there's contact between Koen and Lars. Koen trying to get the switchback now on Lars. Is on the inside for the Villeneuve chicane, but Black Box into the podium positions. Koen sends one down the inside and is ahead of Lars. And Yagizan trying to get ahead of Lars as well is ahead of Lars. Nice move as Lars now. What happened to Lars? I think he got a really bad exit of the Tosa hairpin. Jerry making a move. Kaya making a move. And Lars losing position left, right and center here. As Mika now loses the position to Steph's. Lars is slowing down massively. What is happening to Lars here as there's contact between Davy and Lars? Davy in P10. Janssen in P11. Let's look on board with Koen, because Koen is trying to push some of his ERS. He does not have a lot left, but he is past Black Box. Black Box is relegated down to P4 with 40% of ERS, so he could have defended if he wanted to, but he did not. So Black Box back to P4. Ferens, meanwhile, setting the fastest lap of the race as Kaya made a mistake. He's into the barrier. Made him reset the track because I think that that's the only reasonably thing he could have done. Made him reset the track. And still, once again, off track. No! He lost his tire. He has DNF'd from this race. And it's a full safety car once again. Wait for him to go on to the power and lead the field that way. And he's already onto the power, so he is now going to start the laps once again. Start the racing laps once again. And Janssen behind, 7.5 times behind. And Joey, 1.5 seconds loss already, as Ferens is now alongside Joey, trying to get him immediately at the restart. Is alongside Joey and is ahead of the Haas driver. And Joey being overtaken left, right and center, it seems, because Damiano went to the back of him. And he's now side by side with Damiano. Damiano trying to go around the outside, and he is. And Hones going around the outside as well. Now it's Black Box in P7. Can he go ahead of Joey as well? Not as of yet, but going out of Toza, Joey does not have the acceleration that he might have wanted to. Black Box alongside Joey, and Black Box ahead of Joey. Nice battling from Black Box as he's now ahead of Joey. And Yagizan and Jerry wanting to get past as well. Joey holds on to the position though. And looking now to the point of view from Joey. Joey will be taken by Yagizan and going around the outside of the Variante Alta, Jerry. Awesome move here, and it's overtaken left, right and center for Joey. He's already into P10 and overtaken by his teammate, and the Alpine of Mika passed as well. And now it's the sub runner of Milan trying to get past as well, and he's well past. Joey losing 9 positions in the span of 1 lap as Jerry overtakes Yagizan on track. Let's go on board though with the Ferrari of Ferens. Looking at the rear of the Ferrari of Janssen. Ferens is now pushing his ERS. Janssen is not pushing his ERS. Janssen knows it, and it's a bit of a team game here. Ferens up into P2, chasing down Koen for P1 in this race. And it's Jerry van Bussel up into P6 on the soft tires, now chasing after Damiano, after overtaking Black Box. Davy can be held up by Milan now, so that's the team game that they can play. Looking at Jerry around the outside now, going into the final corner. Damiano knows it and is overtaken by Jerry. So Jerry up into P5. Oh no, Jerry! Jerry made the mistake! Oh no! He made the mistake after overtaking Damiano and is now out of the race if he retires in the pit lane. Janssen overtaken by Hones. Hones into P3. And Mika, oh no, Steph! Steph also spun around and is now in P12. Let's look on board with Ferens, because this is the lead of the race for Koen going here on lap 22. Koen goes towards the inside but is powerless to defend against Ferens. Ferens into the lead of the race once again on this fresh medium tire. As Steph is on the side of the road, what has happened to Steph? Once again spun around at the exit of Toza. Now looking at Damiano, he's on the hard tires, but Janssen powerless to defend, it seems, on the mediums. Damiano making the move for the podium, and now Black Box is pushing his ERS to the fullest. He is moving towards the inside of Janssen and making it a double overtake on Janssen. Yes, it is a double overtake on Janssen. Black Box back into P5, and there's a car spun around, and it's Koen. Koen in the Red Bull. He's in P9 now. He spun around at the first corner, the Tamburello chicane. Black Box is having to defend from Janssen as Mika tries to make the move on Janssen, and Mika is through. Mika through into P5 on the soft tires. Sven behind Yagizon is pushing for the position. Black Box is pushing for the position on Mika. There is contact, and Black Box off the track, cutting the track at the Tamburello chicane. There was contact between him and Mika. And now Yagizon trying to make the move on Mika. He is now making the move on Mika. Mika relegated down to P5 on his old soft tires. Sven close to Yagizon. Yagizon close to Mika. Which of these cars can make a move on? Mika is in AI. What has happened to the Alpine driver? Mika is using his AI on track, and now his AI is going into the pit lane. Might that be a connection problem for Mika? Yagizon is pushing all that he can. He does not have a lot of ERS left. So does Sven. And Black Box behind looks at it happening. He is waiting to pounce in just a few moments time. But Yagizon just able to defend against Sven in P5. Ferenc, an awesome race by him. I can't say anything different. He made at first a bit of a ridiculous strategy not going in, but he made it work after going in at the second safety car. Ferenc wins in TFL, and Holmes gets his podium at Imola. Damiano though gets into P2 from the back of the grid after the penalties have been applied, so Holmes into P3. Black Box in P4, and it's Sven in P5. Yagizon in P6 after a good battle with Black Box and Sven. Janssen in P7, and it's Milan now getting towards the line for P8. And our championship leader Davey, I think, spun around before the Tosa hairpin at this final lap, is going to come home in P9.